Hey, what is up guys? It's Silver Sun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review on the Dragon Ball Super episode 103. Alright, so this episode starts off right where the last one left off, to where 17 was about to fight Ribrianne, and pretty much she's ticked off at him for defeating, her friends and stuff like that, or at least Kakusan, I think her name is. Um, and so pretty much, she's thinking that like he's evil for doing that, stuff like that. And then he's pretty much just playing along, with her little, uh, like banter, I guess. And then pretty much they like both start, squaring off with punches and kicks and stuff like that. And then basically he's just saying like, oh, she's not that bad and stuff like that. They're pretty much even at that point. Meanwhile, Goku's fighting off another one of the warriors. I forgot what her name was. Um, but pretty much he's fighting her, the one with like the ki blasts and stuff like that. Pretty much she's like shooting all those ki blasts at Goku, and he's pretty much trying to dodge and like knock them away and whatnot. And he seems cornered at first because like she makes all the blasts like stop, and like this pseudo like it was pretty much like the Hellzone grenade basically is what she did there. But before the blast could actually like hit Goku and like blow him up and stuff, 17 actually came in and he helped him there with the little barrier that he made. So I thought that was some pretty good teamwork right there. Then Ribrianne pretty much bursts in and destroys the barrier that 17 made, and then so basically they get back to fighting one another, with Goku pretty much trying to fight off that other warrior. I forgot her name. I think her name was Rosie or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Pretty much he was fighting her, and then basically he was learning how she fought, like with the ki blast and such. And so basically he like used that to his advantage, and he pretty much formed a whole bunch of ki blasts around her and stuff. And he actually said the same thing that 17 said to Kaku-san before he eliminated her in the last episode. He was like, "Oh, your fighting style was worth studying," and then he just blasted her away near the edge of the arena. But before he could finish the job, pretty much Rip Ryan stepped in, and she was like stopping him and stuff like that from doing anything. And then 17 came up and whatnot, and then pretty much the God Destruction from Universe 2, she was like worried and stuff like that. But then the I want to say like the Supreme Kai of that universe. I'm not completely sure. I'm pretty sure it is. He's pretty much just like, oh, don't worry about it and stuff like that. And then just when he said that, the Yarjad from that universe came in and he instant transmissioned both of them away and whatnot. And then 17 and Goku were pretty much just like kind of standing there like just like, oh, okay, they're gone. So I guess we could just move on to the next uh people and whatnot. And so they pretty much split up like that. And then basically Beerus isn't happy with the way Goku's fighting and whatnot. Him like dropping his guard line, just like being all lax throughout this pretty intense tournament. And I kind of have to agree with him. Like I feel like Goku should kind of take some of this stuff more seriously. I mean, like not all the fighters are gonna be like Jiren level or like hit level or whatever, but like still though, I don't think he should like just like waste time fighting all these like lower level kind of people. Like, well, I don't mean like that. I just mean like, well, I don't know. I mean like, but I do agree though. I feel like Goku shouldn't be like, just taking his time with this. I feel like he should get as much people out of the way as possible, and while also trying to save his energy. I mean, like he has been saving his energy pretty good throughout this tournament, but like, still though, I just feel like he should, just get the job done as quickly as he can, you know. But pretty much from there, Gohan and Piccolo are actually about to step up and fight Botamo of all people. Well, actually, it's Gohan going up against Botamo, and pretty much he's basically just like punching him like repeatedly, trying to do like all these uppercuts and like just jabbing him right in the stomach. But that's not really having much of an effect on him because he can absorb that basically, so he doesn't really take much damage and doesn't tire out that quickly. And then pretty much Piccolo's just like sitting back watching him, and then Goku actually catches up with them, and he's pretty much like standing back, watching the fight as well. And I don't know, like the animation throughout this episode was pretty good, but like in this one particular scene, um, when Goku and Piccolo were like watching Gohan and stuff like that, like I know they were far away and stuff like that. And you obviously can't include that much detail in the shot right there, but still, it just looked really like wonky. The faces, like it was literally like just like little dots for eyes and stuff like that, not like the whole like iris thing and stuff like that. Like they didn't have that much detail, even though they probably could have showed more detail, even with it being that far away, the characters and whatnot. But anyways, pretty much Gohan's fighting back, and he's pretty much like repeatedly punching him and whatnot until actually he starts like floating a little bit, like he's like punching him upwards. So he's basically like punching him at like this angle to where his feet can't reach the floor, so he can't really like run or jump or anything like that. He tries to blast him with some ki blast from his mouth, but it's not reaching him. And then pretty much Gohan punches him out of the ring. But before Botamo falls, he tries to shoot a blast at Gohan, who pretty much has his back turned until the blast is like almost right to him. He turns around, he pretty much just like sticks out his hand, and the blast is just like gone. It doesn't affect him. And then Botamo's pretty much down for the count at that point. He's eliminated, and then pretty much we get a quick scene with the Yardrat pretty much taking out. Oh wait, no. I think that I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Basically after that fight, uh, Gohan and Piccolo are pretty much challenged by these two warriors from I want to say Universe 10, I think. They get challenged by those two warriors, and then basically we see the Yardrat eliminating one of the warriors. I thought was kind of cool. He pretty much just blasted him, and that was the end of that. Things aren't looking too well for Universe 10, because most of the warriors in that universe are already uh, been beaten and disqualified and whatnot. There's only two left. I think his name was Albany, and another guy. I forgot his name. I think it started with an R, but basically it was like uh, a one-on-one. Like it was like going back and forth between Gohan and Albany and Piccolo and the other guy. I really feel bad for not remembering these guys' names, but pretty much they're fighting each other, and Piccolo pretty much wipes the other guy that he was fighting. I want to say it's like Ra- Rapunzel. Rapunzel. I'm not sure. I really don't think that's the name there, but I know it starts with an R. And basically, Piccolo finishes him with the Hellzone grenade attack, basically. And that was pretty much the end of that. A little like it was pretty obvious that there was like a wonky like drawing here and there with that sequence, at least from what I saw. But all in all, I thought it was pretty good to see Piccolo have a little moment there in defeating uh, an important kind of warrior, I guess. He pretty much knocked him off the arena, and the last one there is Obuni, who Gohan's fighting. But the cool thing about this guy is that like he I don't know, like they were like describing it, but I wasn't like kind of keeping up with it. Like basically, it looked like to me like he was like what would you call it? Like not multiplying himself, but like he had this cool effect on him to pretty much like visualize and to show the audience obviously what's happening, but pretty much he was like using like his internal energy, I guess, like his ki or whatever to like manipulate the way his body is sensed. So like instead of just sensing like one being coming at him, Gohan was sensing like multiple beings coming at him, and he couldn't really tell like where the guy was coming from and like how to land a strike on him until Obuni actually landed a strike on him. Like I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but like pretty much when Gohan gets hit, then that's when Obani pretty much comes together, like all his energy and whatnot comes together into one being, and that's like the only time that Gohan can like actually like do anything against him. Like actually land a punch on him, and so basically that's what he was trying to do. He was getting himself attacked. Um, well, before he was getting ragdolled and whatnot, but then he realized like a counterattack. So pretty much every time he got hit, he would retaliate with another like punch or kick or whatever. So basically he was getting damaged while doing damage. So it was kind of like a win or lose kind of situation there, until pretty much Obuni basically got tired and he couldn't use that ability anymore, and that's when Gohan took that to his advantage, and he pretty much faked him out with like a little ki blast, and then he went up and he shot a super Kamehameha at the guy, and then he pretty much fell off the arena, and that was the end of that. All the warriors from Universe 10 were wiped out, and the whole Universe 10, was wiped out, including Goasu and stuff like that. He's in Universe 10, which I don't know, I kind of feel bad for him, especially the Obony guy, because after he got like wiped off the ring, like this little like locket like fell off of him, and it pretty much showed like he had like a family and whatnot like in that universe, and Gohan was just kind of looking at it, so like that. So it was kind of sad to see there, but it was also sad for me at least to see Goasu go away and stuff like that, cause I mean, like he didn't do much really in terms of like the story and stuff like that. Like he didn't really like provide for much, but like he was still a good character and stuff like that. And like, he was trying to like cling on to what little hope he had. I mean, like we all knew that he probably wasn't gonna have like the most powerful warriors going into this tournament, and I'm pretty sure we knew that something like this was gonna happen. It just kind of sucks that it actually did happen and whatnot. And hopefully by the end of this, all these universes get like brought back some way somehow. Um, I don't know, cause I don't feel like with the way Dragon Ball Super is, I don't really feel like they're probably gonna. Well, I mean, they might. I mean, like they kind of did with like the whole like Future Trunks saga and stuff like that. That kind of had like a little bit of a sad ending with them, going off to like a different like parallel dimension or whatever, and stuff like that. But basically, all the people from the um, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but pretty much it had like a little like sad ending there, um, with like everything being erased from that parallel timeline and stuff like that. Um, and it's kind of like the same thing here, but hopefully they all get like resurrected, like maybe with the Super Dragon Balls or something like that. But yeah, after that, we get to see the preview for the next episode, episode 104, and it looks to be very exciting and stuff like that. Like lots of stuff being brought back, and lots of like old forms being brought back, and that's all I'm really gonna leave it at. Um, with that, I don't really want to spoil anything until the episode really comes out. But yeah, as far as this episode goes, I thought this episode was pretty well done and stuff like that. A few wonky faces and uh drawings here and there, but as far as like everything else goes and stuff like that, I thought it went pretty well and whatnot. It was really cool to see Gohan have a little bit of shine here, getting his moment, fighting off these two people, as well as like Goku and 17 a little bit, with them fighting off Ribrianne and Rosie, I think her name is. I'm not too sure about these names half the time because there's lots of new characters being introduced, and they only get like their name like introduced like once or whatever. They kind of say their name once, and that's kind of it. So it's kind of hard to keep track. But yeah, it was just really cool to see all these people fighting and whatnot, and it looks to be even better with the next episode. Um, with all those characters going at it and stuff like that, all the powerful warriors getting together and doing their thing there. So it looks to be pretty exciting. But tell me what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? What do you think could have been improved upon this episode? What do you think you would have changed about it? Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it for my review, guys. And until the next one, Silver Sun is out.